Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Let's get back to work on the Ford Flivver. Before we begin, I've been rattling my brain, whatever's left of it, on trying to decide where I want to get started. I've been upstairs searching and searching and searching and searching for a set of instructions. If any of you guys have instructions for it's either JAMARA or PM, same exact kit, just two different name brands on the box, the same kit. The issue I'm having is that without the instructions, you don't know exactly what type of wood goes where, if you want to look at it that way. I mean, I got a good idea. Where we're going to have the spruce, that's going to go in on the wing for the spars. So I'm going to get measurements. So what I decided to do, because I've got, back over that way, I got a whole box of pieces. I'm going to go ahead and separate that box into two groups, which is going to be the wings and the fuselage. So hopefully that will help me out, because it is mind-blowingly crazy, because some of the wood is marked, some of the wood is not marked. Certain pieces are so small they can't mark it. But there's certain bigger pieces that I found that aren't marked as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and start matching up piece by piece, because I don't know how accurate those bags are put together. Is for what goes to where, and those will be the two piles. So it'll be the wing pile and the fuselage pile. What I thought that was going to take me, a little bit less than an hour to go ahead and open up all the packages and figured out which part of the aircraft it'll go to, turned into 4 hours. And it does have some little strangeness going on. Certain little things like this little piece here, if you can read it, says Flivver, it says number 78. Number 78, you can't find a single number 78 on the plans anywhere. Got no idea where it goes to. And then there's been a couple other little ones where the numbers were just unreadable. This little one right here, and it actually says that. Is it 22? Is it, who knows? So that's number that, and then we've got another one sitting around here somewhere that says DC3 on it. And, well, it's not a DC3. And I don't know where it goes. So that will be part of the madness as I'm trying to put this thing together. There's also a bunch of other little pieces that are marked off that I can't find in the kit. So hopefully we didn't miss a bag on this one. Because the most important thing right now to have would be a set of instructions, and I don't have the instructions. Here's another one of the little oddballs. It says, and that's the one that looks like it says DC something. And got no idea, don't know where it goes, but it might be one of the little pieces I just can't find. So in that case, I wanted to start with the fuselage first, because that's going to be much more demanding, and just that thing alone, without instructions, that was probably 2 out of that 4 hours, just trying to figure out what I have to do, because it's just kind of a guessing game. And now I finally got to the fact where I know exactly the way it needs to get put together. And it's going to be a strange fuselage build, a way that I've never done it before, where you're framing out the tail section of it, going back towards the empennage. But as you get forward into where the cockpit is, and then the motor and the cowling, the framework is there, but it's strange on how it works. So let me take you off the stand, just so we can try to figure out, at least I'll show you what I'm hoping is going to be the proper way to put it together. All right, the empennage, the tail wheel. I got to get a tail wheel. The actual horizontal stabilizer and the elevator, that's all a piece of cake. That's still wrapped up in some packaging here that I've got to go ahead and glue and put together. But that won't be super critical. Other weird little things is number 108. If you do not have the instructions, you have no idea what size the number 108 is. So I'm thinking it may be not this. I've got some thin stock that's wider too. I'm trying to figure out where that might go. Such as like these two pieces of pine. Got no idea where that goes. I know that on the wing, it looks like the front spars, it looks like the front or the main upper and lower will be made out of this. The trailing edge, they're showing it's made out of two different pieces, and I don't know what the second piece is, which is gonna really make this strange. So anyway, I've got certain pieces cut out, certain pieces ready to go in. The front portion up, let's just say right out here at the forward part of the cowling, that will be glued up against this. So this all has to get bent. This has to get bent. So when this piece gets glued into place, I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'll get some hot water and some ammonia, go ahead and soak this thing down, because ammonia and water will relax. I'm going to screw it up, but I think it's the lignins in the wood. So that way you can go ahead and bend it, and then as it dries, it'll just hold that shape. So that's what will be taken care of in here, because in the way this is working out, this part out here on the framework itself, the cross members and the verticals, this will all stand flush with the outside of the fuselage. This part here, which is this piece here, this will sit flush. So yeah, it's going to be strange where this becomes a structural member here because you have no vertical uprights. So what is going to support the uprights is going to be this piece here, which is this unit here, and then the front. So you're going to have the firewall right here, and so this will all get bent in this nose piece here will actually get glued to the end of it. So it's going to be interesting how this is all going to get bent into position on the front, and then it's going to be flat. Oh my gosh, see, this is what I had to spend the whole day doing. So the vertical and diagonals will be flush, and then coming back in here, this will all be flush out, and this will just get dropped down inlaid, so this will become flush with the rest. So now that I've got that part figured out, not that big of a deal. So I'm pretty much okay with this. When you look at the landing gear, and this is the strangest thing too, they're showing vertical and then they're showing diagonal. I see pictures, guys with pictures of the plane, and it's literally just screwed in. It's just a vertical going up, because what the vertical is going into, I'll find them here. It's going into here. So these things will sit like this up on the front, and then you're going to have a hole drilled in, and then you're just going to go ahead and attach that. So these things here will be sitting just like this up inside. Am I 100% happy with that? Not really. So I want to see if I can find out if anybody used these diagonals, because I've got no idea what these are for. Because in real life, they actually did some where there was some diagonals coming in for the wing. There's no good spot where we even show those things being used on the wing. So this is where it just gets really strange, because I'm still trying to figure out what this is for. Is that part of the actual vertical, where it could be coming in, going from here up to here, and this is just wrapped and soldered into place on the landing gear. So if any of you guys, anybody out there who's built one of these things, any kind of pictures you guys have, or little words of advice, don't be afraid to to go ahead and send me an email. If you go into the description of my YouTube account, you can see my email address, and you guys can just go ahead and just send me info there too. So as we're sitting right now, the two pieces I can't find is this little inner piece here that I cut out, and this little inner piece right over here that I cut out. So I'm just going to have to kind of just figure that one out as I progress, because that's not going to be that difficult for me just to go ahead and do a trace and go ahead and just make a new one, because that will all get wrapped with one piece of balsa, and it's this thin stuff. And once again, what I just said with hot water and ammonia, this will go ahead and soften this thing up so you can just flex it with your hand and it won't break. So if you guys can help me out, it's like I said, just get in contact. If you built one of these things before and you still happen to have the set of instructions for it, and this was the PM or the my gosh, whatever the name of the other, JAMARA, J-A-M-A-R-A. So if it's either a PM or JAMARA, it's British. Oh, excuse me, British. Sorry about that, Germany. It's from Deutschland. So yeah. So if you guys got any way to help me out, just don't be afraid. So I will see you next time. I'm back in the shop.